Same sort of thing. Here's our consumer affairs correspondent, Chris Choi.
Even by the turbulent standards of rivalry between BA and Virgin, this is unprecedented. Today, their battle for passengers took a multi-million-pound twist, and tonight it's becoming clear the case could affect how we all book our travel.
Travel agents like this pride themselves on impartial advice, but Virgin complained that was at risk under a BA incentive scheme. Agents were offered 7% commission, but that would rise if British Airways sales escalated compared with rivals.
What BA were trying to do was to squeeze out all the competition by telling travel agents that the only way they could get certain override commissions was to increase their market share with BA year after year after year. That would inevitably have driven out all the competition.
EU law makes it illegal for large companies like BA to offer incentives that restrict competition, but the company claims many other airlines have similar schemes. Now the firm will fight to clear its name.
I don't think our fight's against Virgin. I think on this occasion it's against the European Commission. We'll go to the European Court. We've done that before. We've won in the past, and I'm really confident that this decision, which is a bureaucratic decision, not a court decision, will be overturned when it eventually gets to the courts.
Tonight, the travel trade said the answer to misgivings about commissions could be a new system. It's already used in the USA and Australia, where travellers often pay extra for travel agent services. That at least guarantees impartiality. Chris Choi, ITN, Heathrow Airport.
Supporters of Islamic rule in Iran marched through the capital Tehran today in a formidable counter to the pro-democracy student demonstrations. The State Security Council chief said the people behind the protests could face execution. Robert Moore reports.
After nearly a week of student protests, this was the response of the hardline establishment. A huge, highly orchestrated rally designed to show the students that their plea for greater freedoms will not win through. Tens of thousands of people took over central Tehran in a show of support for the conservative clerics. But it was also a clear and ominous warning to reformers they will face resistance every step of the way. Although Iran's President Mohammad Khatami is a moderate pursuing a reform program, the key levers of state power, including the military and the police, are all in the hands of hardliners. The violent student protests appear to have failed. Their demands for press freedoms and the sacking of Iran's police chief are not being met. Indeed, they may have only triggered a conservative backlash. Today, religious leaders were warning that student protesters might be tried as enemies of the state, a crime that carries the death penalty. Not surprisingly, given that Tehran is now blaming hostile foreign powers for inciting the violence, Britain and other Western countries are making few comments on the crisis, except to say it's a complex situation which the Iranian people themselves must resolve. Robert Moore, ITN, at the Foreign Office.
Caverna and GEC Marconi were tonight set.
Prince Charles tonight had the best seat in the House for the film just about everyone wants to see, including no doubt his own sons Harry and William. They'll have to wait until tomorrow, just like everyone else. Among the stars at the royal premiere of The Phantom Menace was Ewan McGregor. So what was it like being in a Star Wars film?
Unbelievable, fantastic and good.
Even the normally super cool Samuel L. Jackson enthused about his role.
I pretty much wanted to be Han Solo when I was a younger person, but being a Jedi is not so bad right now.
Director George Lucas had kept the fans on tenterhooks. It had been 16 years since the last Star Wars film. The Phantom Menace takes the story back in time. It's set before the original